This is a Super Nintendo classic. A lot of people are having a hard time finding these right now, and I'm not entirely sure why, because I keep seeing them pop up on shelves. Not a lot, but enough. See, video games have been around for a while now. As a matter of fact, I don't remember a time when I didn't play video games. Technically. I mean, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and there were always video games around my house. My father was a computer dealer. And so I actually started video gaming on the Amiga before I even bought a Nintendo or a Genesis. And so, to me, video games are just a huge part of who I am. And so, about 7.5 years ago, when I had an opportunity to go to work for a local convention called the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, I absolutely jumped at the chance. I was completely in love with the video gaming community and everything that it had given to me over the years, and I couldn't wait to be a part of it in a much more meaningful way. See, a lot of you that are watching this, because this is only my third video and, you know, my channel's not that big yet, you guys know that I'm the DJ for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I'm mentioning that only because there is a small chance that there's a few of you watching this that don't know that, and that's okay. My role as the DJ for the Retro Gaming Expo is very simple. I play music while everybody around me completely obsesses over video games. And through that, over the last 7.5 years, I've made a lot of friends and, you know, gotten to know a lot of the folks that are vendors and resellers and professional collectors. Guys like John Hancock, who is a big part of this scene and also has a YouTube channel. John Riggs, Kinsey Burke, Metal Jesus. You know, these are people that are based out here in the Northwest between Portland and Seattle that have really done a lot. And there are others, but these are the folks that have really done a lot to make this community what it is. Well, thankfully, last week I had a chance to go out to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo and Northwest Computer Gaming Enthusiasts Swap Meet. It was held at the DoubleTree Hotel right here in Portland, and I got to see a bunch of my friends, and I got to hang out and obsess over really cool, really classic, and in some cases really rare video game things. There were other things there too. We saw a bunch of Legos and toys, you know, general collectible type stuff. My buddy Mikey from Rogue Toys was there with a whole bunch of toys to sell, as well as a few video game related things. But all in all, it was a really, really cool event where a sizable chunk of the Northwest gaming nerd community came together to sell, resell, trade, and sort of spend the day just being super nerdy about video games. I saw some really cool stuff while I was there. I saw one vendor called the Scentsible Geek that makes woodcut model ships. They also make really cool D&D dice trays and a few other odds and ends. I'm gonna put links, by the way, to everything that I mentioned, or at least as much as I can, down in the description. And while you're looking through the links, if you would do me a huge favor, hit like, subscribe, and the little notification bell. That would definitely help me out quite a bit. But anyway, we saw some really, really incredible stuff, and there was actually a few things that were so rare that even in my years of working through the Portland Retro Gaming Expo and the retro gaming community, I saw stuff I hadn't ever seen. There was one guy that actually brought a Nintendo 64 DD with all of the box and paperwork, with several games complete in box, and he had it hooked up to a TV and was playing and running. Like, you could play Star Fox on this thing. It was amazing. We also saw a company that we're friends with, that my wife used to work for actually, a local chain called Gamestar that has several stores in the area, and they had a copy of Stadium Events for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, collectors will tell you that Stadium Events is one of the most rare and sought after cartridges for the original NES. But this particular one wasn't marked at $10,000, where they occasionally sell on eBay. But this one was only marked at $1,000 because it was the PAL version. But still, seeing a cartridge in person marked at $1,000 is something that I don't know if I'll ever get used to. We saw a lot of great old computers. We saw a lot of really cool tournaments going on, and a lot of cool collectible stuff, both official and unofficial collectible stuff. In fact, my friend Mel Paradise was there. She was selling a lot of the pixel art and unofficial collectible stuff that she creates herself. She hand makes all of her stuff. It's always fun to see the type of artwork that she puts out and showcases at her booth during these shows. But then last but not least, we also ran into our really good friend John Hancock and the team from a show called the Cowlitz Gamers for Kids Expo. Now, I know it's a little bit of a mouthful, but what this is it's actually a charity event to raise money for a really great cause that takes place in Cowlitz County, specifically in the Longview, Kelso area of Washington, which is about roughly an hour or so north of where I live. The Cowlitz Gamers for Kids Expo is one of a couple of shows that I do every year where I actually get to bring out my turntables and I get to play some music and kind of create some atmosphere for the convention hall floor. I'm actually really excited to be going back again this year to help raise money for a great cause. But I want to encourage you guys to click that link and check out the info, because I'm not entirely sure what the cover is to get in the door for this expo, but it's fairly inexpensive, and all of the proceeds for the show itself go to a really worthy cause. And I'll have information about that as well in the link. It was really great to see a lot of my friends and be able to catch up at the swap meet, see some really cool rare gaming things, and you know, just sort of hang out for a little while and just enjoy the atmosphere that comes from a lot of those smaller nerd get-togethers where you know that everyone in the room is just as obsessed with that thing as you are, if not more. I'm really looking forward to the next show, which is going to be the Cowlitz show on March 31st, and I'm definitely going to be there this year again. I really hope to see all of you guys there. In the meantime, my name is DJ Switch. This is Switchbox Tech. I'm going to be getting back to the reviews in the next one. Don't worry, I've got a really fun one planned. I think you guys are going to like it. I'll see you then.